Now, ever since the debut of the 50th anniversary of SNL and how much it backfired on them because of Tom Hanks' portrayal of a Trump supporter, along with really poking fun at the MAGA movement, we all know that well over half the country of the United States are really just angry toward Tom Hanks right now for many different reasons, by the way. And we also know that Tom Hanks is getting a lot of flack, he's getting a lot of backlash. He tried to and attempted to go into damage control mode to kind of level the situation, to kind of water down the backlash, and it's not working to any degree. Now, we have a lot of those out there that are beginning to call out Tom Hanks and call out many different celebrities, A-list actors / stars right now, and one of those is Bill Maher. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So one thing about Bill Maher is that we know that as of late, he's been calling out more of these actors, of these A-list actors specifically, that were once, considered to go on his show, that he would agree with, that he would actually really talk about the same talking points, and now he's beginning to turn the tide a little bit when it comes to how they are just so obsessed over Trump and his supporters, and how it's growing very tired for the American people. People are really not finding any of this comedy funny anymore because they see right through the message / agenda. Now, what's interesting here is that we know that Bill Maher, yes, he does have differing political views here and there. I was never a huge fan of the guy, I will be very honest about that. I'm a huge critic of Bill Maher, but as of late, he's really been taking a stand and really calling out a lot of these celebrities that it's about time that we stop really, poking fun at MAGA / Trump supporters and President Trump, because it's just really growing very tired and exhausting right now. But what's interesting here is that with Tom Hanks receiving so much backlash after his portrayal of a Trump supporter on SNL, and how that is now deeply impacting his career, one monumental development going on now involves more to do with how Bill Maher viewed the situation where he called out Tom Hanks for his portrayal of a Trump supporter on live television. Maher delivered the following: "Look, I think this whole idea that comedians and actors have to keep calling out Trump is growing very tired for the American people, and just when we thought we were getting past that, well, we got another thing that upsets so many red cap wearers. Tom Hanks playing a Southern Trump supporter. Gee, I didn't see that one coming. I hope you sense my sarcasm there. But seriously, in what mind are these actors living in right now? Because I sure don't. Have they not realized that this is destroying their careers? They need to give it up already. Look, we lost the 2024 election. Get the hell over it already and grow up. I sometimes feel like so many commentators like myself are now like the adults watching the children. In this case, many actors are so stubborn, just saying and doing the most absurd things that drive away business. Relax, people. Trump is not going to be around forever. At least that's how I see it. We have 3 years and 11 months to go. So I think everyone in Hollywood needs to take a chill pill already. And to be honest, I didn't find that SNL comedy bit funny, at all. Not that I was offended, but I just thought it was nothing more than a pushed message, and it just was not comedy. Look, I'm a comedian, and I thought this was just juvenile, especially from a bit coming from SNL, even coming from them. It was just too easy, too simple to make fun of and poke fun at, and it really angered over half the country. And still, Tom Hanks just doesn't get it. It seems like he holds no regrets for his portrayal of Trump supporters, and just how he angered pretty much more than half of the fan base that he has. And to be real here, he's not a comedian. He's just not. So I thought Tom Hanks was the worst choice of all to get somebody out there to play Trump supporters. Maybe they should have got somebody like Will Ferrell or something. I don't know. But I just think that SNL and everyone running the show there, they are so misguided, they need new material. It's getting boring and very tiring for so many, and it's hurting their business model. So guys, before I move on about what Bill Maher is saying here about Tom Hanks and SNL and how basically, yes, their business model, as he puts it, is a failing business model, because SNL is not funny. I've expressed my opinion on this so many times, more often than I can remember at this point, but I never found SNL funny. I was never a fan at all. When you look back even decades ago, even back then, they were just okay. I think that Mad TV, like I said many times, did it better. That's just how I see it. But Tom Hanks, look, he really can't get himself out of this hole now. I think that this really was the final nail in the coffin when it comes to his career, because at this point, you now even have people like Bill Maher. Even Bill Maher is calling out Tom Hanks, and that's very, very telling about the current status of the backlash toward Tom Hanks. Look, we know that SNL takes a lot of cheap shots. They take a lot of lazy material that is just too easy for them to make fun of. And that's, I think, why it is indeed a failing business model, as Bill Maher put it out there. That's one thing that he's correct on, is that it is indeed a failing comedy business model. People are turning to other forms of entertainment right now. Other late night shows, for example. And I think that at the end of the day, you're not going to have people like Jimmy Kimmel, you're not going to have SNL in the near future if they keep on doubling down with this nonsense. But again, like I've said before many times, Bill Maher, even him, he is beginning to also grow tired of these wannabe comedians, alright, because they're not really comedians. Tom Hanks is an actor, and a serious one at that. He doesn't really get involved too much in comedy like that. And I think that was also another major factor as to why this backfired completely. Bill Maher put it out there. He said he would rather have someone like Will Ferrell doing something like this. I guess that could have been more accurate, but even that, it's still lazy material, it's still a cheap shot, and it just goes to show you lack of creativity and how they are creatively bankrupt over at SNL. But moving on, he goes on to close and conclude, I mean, I got friends, Bill Maher says, with differing political views that loved SNL, and for the first time in decades, they are now giving that up too. It's mind-boggling that so many of these A-list stars are willing to go that far to throw their career in the garbage, because I don't see how he can salvage his career after this. I just can't. I don't know how he's going to get out of it. And you know what? It's his fault for accepting to do this comedy bit. This is all on him now. He has nobody else to blame. As a comedian, myself, I will advise Tom to never go on SNL again, if he even wants to maybe recover from this, because I just don't see it. So again, I mean, Bill Maher is calling out SNL for what it really is. It's not really all about comedy all the time. A lot of times, and many times, it's really about pushing a message, pushing an actual agenda, and people are smarter than they think, right? SNL believes that the American people are dumb, that they are so misguided and uneducated that they can't see through all of the actual obvious, agendas that are being pushed into this, that are disguised as comedy. That's exactly what people are seeing, especially with the Tom Hanks comedy bit. So again, I think that this is really going to be an interesting turn of events for SNL. I think that you're going to see not only droves of fans leaving SNL, but you're also going to have droves of fans leaving Tom Hanks. They don't want anything to do with this guy anymore. And Tom Hanks, and I pointed this out in the last post, he's widely known for playing the quote-unquote regular guy, right? And I think people are tired of that too. I think they really are. But at the end of the day, look, SNL, I don't know how they're going to really escape from this backlash. It's going to linger for a very long time. It's going to taint them for the many, many months from now. And I would like to hear what everyone has to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.